What up? What up?
Tonio,
What's good, bro?
what's good with you, man?
Man, I can't call it. How you doing?
That's
Can you
that's
hear me?
one of them. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you
Oh,
good. Can you hear me?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, awesome, awesome. Well, officially, welcome to Five Songs That Changed My Life, man. Glad to have you here.
Man, so glad to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Move your phone up just a little bit. Your face is cut off there.
Can you hear me now?
There we
This good?
go. Yes,
Okay.
sir. We need to see that sharp line you got there.
Ah, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Well, again, I'm glad to have you here. You are a great singer, a great artist, and many other things as well. So we'll get to talk about some of that this evening also.
Yes, sir.
So before we get into it, man, tell the people, where are you from?
So I'm originally from a little small town called Tisha in 1997 to attend more. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I lost you for just a second, right when you were saying where you're from.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I got you.
Yeah. So I was saying that I'm originally from a small place called rural area called Tishomingo, Mississippi.
Okay.
I actually moved here in 1997 to attend Morehouse College, and I've been here ever since. Yep.
Nice, nice. So you're a Morehouse man.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's an interesting story. I didn't actually finish at Morehouse. That's
Hmm.
a complete a whole long story. But yeah, I like to consider myself, even though that I didn't finish there. I still think I exhibit the character and the strength of a Morehouse man. So yeah, I'll say that
There you go.
I am.
There you go.
Yeah.
Claim it. Why not? Why not, brother?
Absolutely.
So at what
Absolutely.
point did music become a part of your journey?
Man, music has always been a part of my background since I mean, a little kid. I grew up in a musical family. My mom, dad are both accomplished musicians. They had played in churches since I've been small. My mom, she was a music major. And she always, she used to have me and my sister singing. We used to gather around the piano a great deal. And at some point, we had like a little family group quartet, and we would go around, throughout the surrounding area, singing in churches and whatnot. So music has always been in my family. My father, he's a major music head, from R&B to gospel. I mean, he's a very big record collector back in the day. So music has been very much a part of my foundation. Yeah, from the start.
Nice.
So yeah, yeah,
Nice, awesome. So when you
yes,
were
sir.
digging through your dad's vinyl crates, who were you drawn to? I know we're going to talk about some of your influences when we get into your list, but who were some of the people that captured your young imagination?
To be honest with you, looking at records back in the day when I was younger, I was more so outside of the music. I think probably the artwork from Parliament Funkadelic. They had some
Hmm.
very interesting artwork. So
Oh
I
yeah,
used to look at those records are quite a bit, and just trying to figure out what all this stuff means, because it was so bizarre to me. But as I actually got into listening to the music, Atlantic Star, Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson. I mean, I actually have the original vinyl from Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, that I got from
nice.
my father. Yeah, so yeah, just I mean all the greats, man. I mean from Luther Vandross to you name it. Yeah, all of the greats, all of the
Come
greats.
on,
Yeah,
Lufa. Ooh.
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, indeed. So at what point did you realize that you had a gift, that you could stand out in front and sing the song by yourself?
Man, I quite honest with you. I didn't. I grew up, like I said, when we were singing, and singing in choirs or what have you. I was a drummer, so I
Hmm.
always kind of felt like my role, more or less, was the background. So I really wasn't as fully confident as I am now.
Hmm.
When I was back home, because I didn't really start to gain full confidence until I actually moved to Atlanta, Georgia. After I had been here at school, and I had started to attend a couple of churches, and I had a few people in my life that kind of that forced encouraged me reluctantly, and I did it, and I did
Oh,
it, and as I became more comfortable with it, like it's kind of just, yeah, it became something that I felt like was my purpose. So yeah. Yeah,
Nice, nice,
yeah,
nice. Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
And in addition to that, you're also a songwriter. You write your own material as well.
Sing the
And you're a
song.
vocal coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah,
So
singer
tell
songwriter.
us about your vocal coaching business.
Well, actually, I started, I like to call it vocal instruction. Started doing that about probably 5.5 years ago. And just really, that came out of initially a need for some extra income. But I actually found that the individuals that I, became connected to were actually really getting something out of it, and I was really good at it. So I just kind of I can't even really say that I took it that serious at first, just to be completely
Hmm.
honest with you. But when I saw the students that I was working with, and I saw how they were growing, and I saw how very much into it they were, I was like, this is something that I have to keep going. And since then, it's been on, man. And I guess you could say I'm a teacher at heart. I've worked in
Hmm.
education. I've worked in education actually for about 17 plus years. So I've always had a heart for young people. The majority of my clientele has been young people, but just to be able to pour into them, because it's for me, it's just not just doing vocal stuff, but the encouragement, the inspiration, being able to see them go from, here and then months later, their confidence, being building their confidence and being able to see them do things that they wasn't able to do when I started, man, is like it's wonderful for me. So
Man,
yeah, that's just yeah. So I love it. I love it. I love being able to just cultivate people's talents and their gifts in that regard. I do. Yeah,
nice, nice.
yeah.
Another avenue of your purpose, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I tried everything I do at this point in my life, and I always been here. Is I try to stay on purpose and make it purposeful. And thank God, he's put me in positions to be able to do just that with the music. So I'm grateful, very grateful.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Soul Conglomerate, the
Oh, my
band that you're
man.
also a part of. Tell us about the Soul Conglomerate, man.
My people, the Soul Conglomerate. We're an eight-piece band that consists of um, Coco Jones, my guy Showtime. We have a horn player by the name of Ryan Jackson, another horn player who goes by the name of Ascendant Breath Kalen.
Hmm.
Uh, Letitia Johnson, she's another vocalist. Our drummer Enoch Avery. And then we right now at the moment we don't have a stand-in bass player, but we formed this band I guess about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, and it just we formed it out of a need for, I guess, for lack of a better term, just really getting back to authentic, organic music, just taking different pieces. I mean, everybody that's a part of the band, they're very, tight in their own, in their own way. But just, being able to pull everybody's gifts together and being able to create what we like to call, soulful experiences. It kind of came out of that, the need for that. And that's what we've been doing ever since. Yeah.
Nice, nice. I see we got some Soul Conglomerate members in the comments.
What's up?
Y'all,
What's up, Joe? What's good?
if you're
What's
not
good?
already following, make sure you follow the Soul Conglomerate as well.
Please, at Soul Conglomerate on IG. Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So listen, let's jump into this list. You gave me five wonderful songs.
I did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate
He
that.
rattled them off too. I was like, bro, I need your songs. He's like, here they go.
I had to think about it for a second, but those were songs that are definitely dear and near to my heart. So yeah,
Awesome. Awesome.
yes, sir.
Well, listen, we're going to start with the late, great Donny Hathaway, who
Yes,
has
yes,
made so many lists at this point. It's just amazing how wide his influence ranges, man.
yes.
One of the greatest voices ever, ever.
Greatest, one of the greatest, one of the greatest. Yep.
But the song that you have on your list to start off with is Love, Love, Love. So we're going to
Yes,
listen to a little bit of that and then we'll talk more about it, all right?
yes, sir.
That's a whole
My brother.
groove right there, man.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's a whole groove.
Love it. I love it. I love it.
Man, so tell me, how did that song change your life?
I I've always, well, let me say this. Once I really started to tap into my songwriting gift, um, the heart and core of who I am as a songwriter, I learned was love.
Mm,
Everything that I write, it comes from a place of love. And to be honest with you, I kind of came up on that song, or kind of fell up on the song by accident. Just listening to a couple of Donny Hathaway records, and ironically, a lot of people that I played the record for when I heard it had never heard it.
Yeah.
But the song, I mean, it's about love, and it just, outside of his outstanding vocal ability, it really, it emphasizes, and it emphasizes everything that I'm about in my songwriting, everything I'm about in my relationships, and everything that I'm about and how I try to live my life, in relation to those things mentioned. So it's just, it in actuality too, one of the songs that I wrote and released, I guess about 6 years ago, a song titled "Addicted," was
Okay.
actually in terms of the melody and the feel, was actually patterned after that song, because it touched me just that greatly. So yeah,
Nice,
yeah,
nice,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So aside from a great love song like this, who were some of
Mm.
your songwriting influences?
Songwriting: Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder,
Mm,
the Fred Hammond,
hmm.
Jay Moss, of course. We'll talk about him in a little longer. Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Yes,
All
yes.
these people who I just feel like, they created timeless music. Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know what I mean? It wasn't just about creating a great melody, but you could hear and feel everything that they felt when they wrote these songs, when they performed these songs, when they sing these songs, because they were trying, to me, in essence, they were trying to create experiences. You know what I mean? When I hear these
Oh yeah.
songs now, it's like I can remember, if I was 5, 6, or 7, I can remember exactly what the day felt like, whether or not it was rainy or whether or not it was sunny. I can go exactly right back to the place where I first heard these songs, man. And that, to me, is
Mm,
absolutely amazing. And to me, these songwriters embodied all of that. They embodied all of that. Yeah. So
for
I,
sure.
just try to following suit. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now going to your music, as you're
Mm-hmm.
writing songs and material,
Mm-hmm.
what's your goal with your music? What do you want people to take away from Tonio's releases?
My, like I said earlier, to feel love, to feel
Mm,
empowered. Um, I started out initially as an artist. Was doing gospel music, and
mhm.
that's of course that's my roots. But just kind of came into a place where I've always listened to R&B and soul. I've always been, that's always been, I've been around that. Like I said, my father, my mom, music was always in the household. So I always felt like that's the true essence of who I was. And I just kind of came to a place where, you know what, I'm going to do this music. I think sometimes from a religious standpoint, we as artists, we box ourselves in and we shy away from various reasons. But I just really felt like, I can do this kind of music. I can write this kind of music, and I can do it tastefully, honest, but I can do it tastefully. So, in my music, I just try to, I deal with real life situations, relationships, the ups and downs, what you may be going through, trials and tribulations. I try to inspire people. I just,
Mhm.
like I said earlier, with my music, I always want to create an experience that's epic, that's life changing and timeless. So that's always my goal when I sat down, and I try to be authentic in all of that. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
That man said, epic, life-changing, and timeless.
epic,
Bruh,
life time. Yes,
bruh, that's a high bar.
yes,
So
yes,
that
yes,
lets y'all
yes.
know he ain't writing no like fluffy stuff. This is real
Nah,
music.
it's real, man. It's from straight from the heart, straight from the soul. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
So the second song on your list is also another Johnny Hathaway song.
It is. Yes,
It's the
yes,
one that I think most people know.
yeah.
Someday we'll all be free.
Correct.
I know y'all know it because y'all are real music fans here on
Yes,
at Five
yes,
Songs That Changed My Life. But we're gonna listen to
yeah,
a little bit anyway,
yes,
and then we'll
sir.
talk more about it, y'all. Come on,
Yes,
Donnie.
yes, yes.
Just took me away. Wait, I'm coming back. Okay, I'm back now. I'm back. Donnie.
Donnie,
Donnie took me away for a minute.
the man himself.
Seriously.
Yes,
So
yes,
tell
yes.
me, how did that song change your life, man?
Um, Outside of writing about love and real life situations, I've also always had a passion for my people.
Mm.
Um, and I like to
Wait, what kind of
write.
people you mean?
And I'm talking about black people, my
Hey,
people, my
I love
people,
us
my
for
people.
real.
I
Yes.
love us, man. I love my people, and I just in that song, and even some of the songs I've written previous to now, I like to call social commentary. Like I just feel like as an artist, he embodied, much like Marvin Gaye and others. the idea of uplifting, each other and loving on one another and seeking freedom. You know what I mean? That someday we'll
Mhm.
always be free. And that's for me, like, that's love. You know what I mean? That's peace. That's joy. Those are the things that as African Americans, Black people, whatever, your choice of wording, that I think we've always been in search of. And I think music has been, a medium to be able to express that, those things. And that's just kind of like when I heard that song, I'm like, wow, that's it. You know what I mean? I need songs like that. I want to write songs like that because that's very much a part of who I am internally. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you speak of timeless music. That definitely is a timeless message.
Timeless, very timeless.
Unfortunately, the struggle still continues for equal rights
Ah,
and
wow,
and
wow, wow.
representation, all of that.
Oh my
So
God,
that
wow.
message still very much rings true that
Still rings true.
someday
Very
we'll all
much.
be free.
We'll all be free. We'll all be free. It does. Yep.
Man, man. All right, so a pause for the cause. We
It's
still out
all
here
good.
fighting, y'all.
It's all good. Yeah, yeah, man. We got to keep doing it. We got to keep doing it. Got to keep doing it.
Yes, indeed. So you mentioned earlier that you're an educator as well.
Uh-huh.
How does that message of fighting for equality, fighting for um, representation, especially as Black people, go over into your educational aspect as well?
I think we glitched just a little bit. Can you
Yeah, I
repeat
think
the
we glitched
last
for a
part of the
minute.
question? Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
Go ahead.
good. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I was saying, so that fight for Black folks, making sure that we're represented, make sure that we're getting what we need in terms of
Yes.
rights and all of that.
Yes.
How does
Yes.
that go over into your educational life as well?
So I've worked in education now for about 18 plus years in the Atlanta public school system. And to be honest, that situation kind of came about through something unexpected.
Hmm.
But again, on purpose, I kind of found me being in a place that I needed to be, being able to work with young Black men, inner city young Black men. And I guess at that point, before I went into education, I really did not know the dire need, um, in that area for that particular demographic. And I just like
Yeah.
instantly, like my heart was just completely captivated. And I, seeing that need, I was able to, within those 18 years, I was able to be very instrumental in creating some programs, or one program in particular that we created at one of the schools that I worked at, that just basically was geared towards working on social skills with young Black men, again, empowerment and inspiration and uplifting them, because it's one of those things that they were very much lacking in. And yeah, so I even with that, man, I have songs that I've written, about that very thing, because it's just such a need. And again, it's something that's near and dear to my heart. And I'm actually at Georgia State University now, finishing up a degree in social work, because I'm so passionate about Black men, really them beyond where they are right now in terms of their plight. So yeah, I just this outside of music, education is very, very, very important to me, and I see it as a means to really be able to um, to empower yourself. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
with our young Black men, we know that it's very much a necessity. It's very much a necessity. So
Oh
yeah,
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 absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
That's amazing. I kudos to you for reaching out to young Black men in particular and identifying that
Appreciate it.
need and making sure that they're uplifted and strengthened to carry the torch forward, man.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So we're
Yep.
gonna keep that message of uplifting and unity going
Yes,
with the
sir. Yes,
next
sir.
song on the list. It is "We Are One" by
Yes,
Maze
sir.
featuring Frankie
Yes.
Beverly.
Yes, my favorite, one of my faves.
Come on, that good old cookout music, good old feel
Yes,
good family music.
yes, 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 yes.
Y'all, we're gonna listen to a little bit and then we'll talk more. Y'all know what it is. It's 5 songs that changed my life. I'm Pure. That's Tonio. We're gonna listen to Frankie Beverly and Maze, y'all. There's some rap song that sampled that, and I can't think of
There
what it is
is.
now.
Actually, I can't think of it right up
I
top
know
of my
y'all know
head
what it
right
is.
now,
Somebody
Jason.
tell me in the
Yeah,
comments. I know y'all know.
yeah. I know they know. I know they know.
But anyway, we talking about the original. We talking about Maze and them.
Man, man, man. Frankie Beverly, something else, something else.
Yes, sir. So tell me about it. How did that song in particular, of all their many songs, change your life? T.I., That's
T.I.
it.
did it. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate that, show. Appreciate that,
Appreciate
bro.
it.
That's one of those songs again, like I was speaking about earlier. When I hear it, when I heard it, it's very reminiscent of my childhood. Man, I can remember being at family barbecues or being in the park or a nice sunny day watching my pop's car. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Or sitting out on the porch and just chilling. And it just like I can really every time I hear it, it puts me right back in that same place. The feeling is almost nostalgic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and that's with all of Frankie Beverly's music anyway. But this one in particular is just puts me in a, like you said, a nice summer day where you're chilling with your family at the barbecue. Everything is peaceful. Everybody's loving on one another, and that that's what that song it means to me. Yeah, yeah.
And in the words of Montel Jordan, all the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by.
Forgot about the drive-by, man. Love, you know what I mean? Love. We are
Yes,
one.
sir.
We are one, man. We are one. The words say it all. The words say
Hmm.
it all. Yes, the words say it all. Yep.
Absolutely. And you were talking about timeless music again, just a timeless message of unity.
Man.
Nothing overly complicated about it. It's just simple. We are one.
And you can feel it. Again, it's one of those songs that they didn't just write because it sounded good, but you could feel the very essence of what they were trying to say. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And to me, that's just, I don't know. It's no better feeling than that, when it
Oh
comes
yeah,
to music. No better feeling.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so on to yet another message song. Like this is really like a powerful list of songs, brother.
Yeah,
For real.
appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
For
Appreciate it.
real. So
Appreciate that.
yes, y'all, Marvin Gaye is on this list.
Ah,
What's
my God.
going on?
My God. My God.
Yeah,
My God.
exactly. Exactly. So
My
get yourself
God.
ready. Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna listen to a little bit, y'all, and then we're gonna talk about it. Y'all know what it is. 5 songs that
Yes,
changed my
sir.
life.
Yes, yes,
Tonio.
yes.
Ooh, I wish I could just keep that one. I wish I
Oh
could
my
just ride
God,
out on that right
man,
now.
man. That by far, if I had to say that I had my most favorite song ever, that right there is number one
That's the one?
by all accounts. Oh my God, yes,
Oh
yes, yes,
man.
yes,
Tell me
yes, yes.
why. Why?
It again, man. It's one of those songs that completely embodies everything that I'm about in terms of love, social justice. You know what I mean, and really trying to understand. The sad thing about it, I think, is like you said earlier, we're still asking that question. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Here
Hmm.
in 2020, there's still everything he said in that song is still very much relevant. But just the way he delivered vocally, his passion, his run, everything about the song to me it puts me, it takes me to a place where I just, it's unbelievable, man. And yeah, it just speaks to, it's always spoken to me. And it's just, like I said, it just embodies everything that I'm about as a songwriter, how I try to live my life. And what I try to, in terms of the masses, in terms of the people that listen to my music, what I would like them to, to be able to get from what I do. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So the very last song on this list brings us back to the church house.
It does, it does. My roots, my roots.
Yes, sir. Gotta go back to the roots.
Yes, sir.
J Moss, we must praise. Bruh, I love this song. I can't say I was familiar with it before you put it on your list, but I'm like, yes, I want to hear it again
Okay.
and again and again.
Wow. Okay. Great, 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 great.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna listen to a little bit and then we'll talk more about it.
Okay.
Where he at? James Moss, bring your
Ridiculous.
face over here so I can slap you for that run.
Oh
James,
man,
where you
my
at?
God. Jay,
Okay.
Jay, Jay.
Oh,
That
okay,
dude.
wait a minute. I'm sorry. I can't slap
No,
the
it's
man of God.
right, right.
But
Man,
yes.
crazy, 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 crazy. Jay Moss, yes.
So besides the obvious, tell me, how did that song change your life?
Well, like I said earlier, I started out as a gospel artist. And when that song first came out, I was actually vocally training with a phenomenal vocal trainer, actually person who in the city who works with artists and dancers and what have you. She has her own entertainment company. Her name is Natasha Garcia.
Okay.
So I started vocally training with her, and she gave me the song to learn. And when I tell you, I was fighting, kicking, and screaming, because I was like, there's no way in the world. He was like, yeah, you're gonna do this song. I think we glitched again. Did we glitch again?
We did, but we're back.
Okay. So yeah, she gave me the song, and I did not want to do it. I was
Hmm.
very reluctant, because I was like, there's no way in terms of his range, everything he's doing in that song. But she was like, no, you're gonna do it. We're gonna learn it because you can. And it pushed me, but it also I would say my the level of vocal confidence that I had grew, I mean, tremendously, because when I learned it, it made me aware of, damn man, I can I can really do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it stretched me. It stretched me a great deal. I can't say I liked it, but it just really it enhanced my confidence so much, man. And shout out to J Moss for writing a great song. Yeah, so it's one of those songs that just really it put me in a different place as an artist. It did. It definitely took me from A to B. So yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nice, nice.
yeah.
I hear his vocal stylings and his tone in what you do as well. So I think you've
Appreciate
incorporated
that.
that pretty well, man.
I did. I was, it's funny. I would go places to sing, and even before, because that was one of the songs that I would sing when I was doing gospel. And even before I would get to that song, man, you sound a little like Jay Moss. I'm like, yeah, because I've been studying this song for like 2 years. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
That stupid
So, but
song she made me
yeah,
sing.
yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But I appreciate her for that because, like I said, man, it stretched me, but it definitely built my confidence in a major, major, major way. Yeah, it did.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice,
man.
nice.
Yeah.
So I know that you recently released a new song. Tell the people about your new single, brother.
Yes, sir. Just released a song titled "You Make Me Feel." You can purchase it on all digital music streaming platforms. It's a love song. It came from a very real place. It embodies how I feel about my lady. You know what I mean, and how she makes me feel. Simply, I try to be real poetic because words are very powerful, and I try to use them the best way that I can as a songwriter. I don't like to just throw stuff out there willy nilly and just because it sounds cute or because it's cliche-ish or what have you. But I really want to make impact.
Yes, sir.
And also in the vein of encouraging other people to I think as men sometimes we definitely we see it. How do I articulate it? Being vulnerable, being able
Hmm.
to express ourselves and share ourselves in that way sometimes can be seen as a weakness.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to a place. I'm growing. I've been growing into it. Like that's not true. You know what I mean? Being able to tell somebody how you feel, how they make you feel in a way that's impactful is not weak. You know what I mean? That's actually that shows a lot of strength. And
Yes, sir.
so yeah, it came from that place. Just really wanted to show my lady this is how you really make me feel, but encouraging others to be able to do the same. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with showing how you love someone. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Yeah. So
Y'all heard that, man. He said he wrote that song for his lady. Ain't nothing wrong with it. He being
yes, yes,
vulnerable.
yes,
Not
yes,
vulnerable.
yes, yes.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
I
That's it, man. It's real place, real place, real place. Yes, sir.
love it.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it.
Yeah.
So before we go, tell the people not only where they can find you and how they can keep in touch with you, but what you got
Yes.
coming up next.
Man, I have so many. I tell people, since this COVID thing has been going on, the pandemic, it's been, of course, with the deaths and things of that nature, and people losing jobs, and it's been a lot of bad. But for me, this pandemic has really it forced me, and not even forced me. I wouldn't even say forced. It gave me an opportunity to really to get into a place where I could hone into my creativity and
Yes, sir.
really really focus on what I've been, one of the things that I've been put on this earth to do. So I've been recording, and I'm grateful, so grateful, a lot of music. So at the moment, like you said, we have that single released. I'm actually planning to release maybe an EP or a full album in the summer. I'm still not 100% sure which direction I'm gonna go with that. Just still
Nice.
recording material, and I've actually started to work on what I call a social justice project with a couple of musician friends as well. Because
Okay.
again, that's something that's true near and dear to my heart. And I'm actually, man, I'm gonna be calling you soon because I want to get you in on some writing and some recording as well, man. I want to do some stuff with you as well.
Hey,
Yo, this guy right here can go. He's a man. He's a man.
hey, stop it, stop it. I'm just here doing some things. I don't
Nah,
even know.
man, don't shortchange yourself, man. Do not shortchange yourself. So I'm just, I'm just really grateful to be in a place where I can fully exercise my gifts and my abilities. The soul conglomerate we have, we're getting ready to do a live show. I think Memorial Day weekend. In between that, we got some things coming up. We're getting ready to do some of our own original material. So, I'm just finally happy to be in a place where, as far as music is concerned, where I can create and get all of this stuff that's inside of me out, man, to the world. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Awesome. So y'all make sure
Yeah.
y'all follow the Soul Conglomerate for more about that show. Memorial Day
Yes.
weekend.
Yes.
Also I see toniosmusic.com. That's your website. And
Yes.
tell us what your social media handles are.
IG at Tonio1379. Again, on IG, that's at Tonio1379. You can also find me on Facebook at Antonio Magaha. Again, that's at Antonio Magaha. I'm still trying to get the Twitter thing down. I think the Twitter is at Tonio Magaha. If you're on Twitter, that's at
Okay.
Tonio Magaha. So again, that's IG at Tonio1379, Twitter at Tonio Magaha, and then on Facebook, Antonio Magaha. Yep.
Gotcha,
And then
gotcha.
my
Spell that
website,
last name for the people. Make sure they get it right.
That's right. So that's MCGAHA. MCGAHA. And
Don't y'all
please,
put
by
no
all means,
extra A in there.
No, don't put extra A. It happens all the time. But make sure you visit my website as well, it's in the feed, www.toniosmusic.com, so you can find out a wealth of information about my voice, my vocal program, music, all of that. It's there as well. And don't forget to actually sign up for my e-list as well on the website. Yep.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, brother, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really
Man,
appreciate you, man.
thank you for having me, man. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll be talking soon. We got some work to do.
We do. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Return next Thursday night. We'll have another great guest for 5 songs that changed my life. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.
Peace out, y'all. Love y'all. One love. Peace.